What does it mean to be American? That is sometimes a tough question to answer. Some historians note that it isn't easy to determine a national identity because, for one thing, Americans don't have a single racial or ethnic identity. We have multiple: white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, and more. Others point out that while we have a lot of differences, sure, it's our founding documents and founding principles, not our blood, that binds us together. I admit, for me, that's a cool way to think about cultural identity because it suggests we don't have to look the same to share something important that binds us together. Today, I want to focus on just one unique trait that really brings people together: generosity. Did you know that Americans give more, both on an individual and national basis, than any other country in the world? In fact, over the last 2 years, Americans have given away over $500 billion. And this isn't something new, by the way. Alexis de Tocqueville mentioned in his famous book, Democracy in America, published all the way back in 1835, that Americans have a unique habit of banding together to support one another and solve problems. So for me personally, there is nothing more American than the idea that we're willing to give of our time, substance, or even money to those in need. Now let me be clear. I do not intend to suggest that generosity is a uniquely American trait. You see, I've been a world traveler for much of my career, and I have seen generosity throughout the globe. I'll never forget sitting down with a Chinese family who honored me with a dinner that I later learned was worth an entire month of their salary. However, I am still bold enough to declare that something in the American spirit, traditionally, has constantly sought to give and give generously. And you know, one of the reasons I love being a principal at a school with the name American right at the front is that I get to see generosity in action a lot. Let me give you 2 small examples and then a larger one. Example 1, a breakfast burrito. One morning I was up since 5:30 a.m., working somewhat furiously even before I arrived at the campus. I don't know how someone knew that I had missed breakfast, or maybe they didn't know at all. But that morning I stepped away from my office, and when I came back I found a breakfast burrito right on my desk. It was a small act, but I was so hungry, and it was so appreciated. There was no note, no name, just an act of generosity from someone here at the school, an act that was specific and thoughtful. Example 2, a horse trailer. Another day I received a phone call that our wonderful equine teacher's truck had broken down just across the light on the corner of Hawes and Chandler Heights. With the truck no longer moving, that meant that Miss Hartpence and her 2 horses were stranded. She texted that she was afraid she would miss her first hour. Immediately I saw teachers jump into action. One teacher grabbed his truck, a dean made phone calls, and soon a group of teachers came to her aid. We pushed the broken down truck out of the way, hooked up the trailer to a different truck, and got Miss Hartpence and her horses to class on time. I love how contagious generosity can be. It's one of my favorite things. Let me give one final example worth noting. This Tuesday, we had a huge rivalry volleyball game between ALA Gilbert North and ALA Queen Creek, right here at the field house. It was exciting, tense, and I was on my feet cheering. However, one of the unique aspects of this game was the sense of togetherness that we felt. The stands, you see, were filled with yellow shirts, scarves, and bandanas. As you know, those aren't our colors. Those aren't Gilbert North's colors either. My thoughtful athletic director and one of my outstanding teachers knew that a student at the Gilbert North campus had recently discovered his bone cancer had returned, and this time more aggressively. Doctors at a cancer center informed this student's family that his best hope for recovery might be through a clinical trial available in Washington. No doubt that meant unexpected travel and medical expenses for the family. To show our solidarity with Gilbert North, our team joined hands with theirs and recorded a small video of encouragement. In addition, the athletic director decided to provide all gate proceeds to help the family and encourage fans from either side to give more. I'm reiterating that message in this video and asking again for anyone who did not attend the game to consider a donation for this ALA family. Will Americans today be as generous as we have in generations past? To tell you the truth, we're fighting some dangerous cultural tides because many trends teach a spirit of selfishness rather than giving and generosity. That is again one of the reasons I love working at ALA, so that we can push against some of those tides. Speaking of dangerous cultural tides, as an educational researcher, I have paid close attention to certain statistical trends among teenagers. You may already know that among teens, there is a precipitous rise in anxiety, depression, and a feeling of disconnectedness. In fact, did you know that there are several studies that show a strangely powerful decrease in eye contact? Isn't that weird? We're not even looking at each other like we used to. So, my invitation for you as a member of ALA's family is to look outside a phone, outside a screen, outside yourself, and see others. Look at them, see what they need, and then serve them, even if it is something as small as a breakfast burrito. We're Americans. We are ALA. We are ALA family, and we are ALA family strong. Go Patriots.